I believe that we become so disconnected with our bodies. Until about 5 years ago, that was me as well. I would eat whatever I want without making the connection between what I put in my mouth and how the body worked, what effect it had on the body. And having eaten healthy and learned about this connection and that there is an impact, um, a connection between what you eat and the different organs and systems in the body. I have seen my health just improve immensely, and I have loads of energy. And I have now gathered my tribe together, invited a few amazingly beautiful friends to help me plant the seed and teach others about this connection and what exactly the different organs and systems in the body do. So there's the avocado challenge. So here's the first one.
Hi, so what is toxicity? Toxicity is something that basically is a substance that our body can't utilize, and instead of it being helpful and healthy for us and strengthening and nourishing, it actually harms us and can cause damage. So, some of the things that we find or have been found to cause these kind of damage to our cells, to cell membranes, to DNA, to our overall health and vitality and well-being and our ability to fight illnesses and have a strong immune system are things like simple things that we can find, as well as more complicated things, but we'll stick with the simple. So processed sugars, they can be a really unhelpful substance within our bodies. So switching to just like raw sugars, to date syrups, maple syrups, things like that, preferably organic because we know that genetically modified organisms, so GMOs, have a negative impact also. So the more that you can find and the more organic products that you can consume, the better for you. And processed salt as well is something that is a definite no-no. Within that whole system that it goes under, that also unfortunately causes toxicity within our bodies. So just switching to sea salt is amazing. Things like the fats that we use to cook with. So lots of fats tend to go rancid and their molecular structure changes when they're heated. So coconut oil, though, is amazing. That does not change whatsoever. Olive oil is amazing for us as well, but when used cold and not heated. Other things as well. So the things that will go through our skin membrane that we absorb through the skin. So the cleaning products that we find in our homes, unfortunately, a lot of those are loaded with toxicity, and our bodies just definitely don't have a nice time when they're around. So switching to more natural, gentler cleaning products and skincare products as well. So I just use coconut oil on my skin. Lots of people think it'd be really, really greasy, but it absorbs. Anything that doesn't absorb after 30 seconds, just wipe it off and you're great, you're good to go. I haven't used anything else for the past 3 years probably now. And I used to have terribly dry skin. And so also there are so many products out there that are available that are natural cleaning products, essential oils, especially when added to different combinations. So Castelline soap, or mix that with some baking powder, bicarbonate soda, even, and that's absolutely amazing. We don't need as many things as we think we do to clean our homes. It can be quite simple. And unfortunately, we have a lot of environmental toxins as well that we tend to breathe in. And a lot of those, unfortunately, can't be avoided, but they are things that we just need to be aware of and limit our exposure to them as much as possible, and allowing our bodies to be fresh and clean and clear so it can do its job and it can keep us healthy, fit, and strong.
What are antioxidants? There are hundreds, probably thousands of different substances that can act as antioxidants. The most familiar ones are vitamin C, vitamin E, beta-carotene and other related carotenoids, along with the minerals selenium and manganese. We know that they're good for us, but why do we need them? An antioxidant is basically something that reverses or stops oxidation, but then we need to ask the question, what's oxidation? Well, in scientific terms, oxidation is the gain of oxygen by a substance. So if you imagine a freshly cut apple or an avocado turning brown, or a nail becoming rusty, or a copper statue turning green, they're examples of everyday oxidation. In most instances, the process of oxidation causes damage or destruction. So oxidation creates free radicals, boisterous molecules that have been freed from their usual home to go and cause damage and destruction in the body. Therefore, vital for our health, as they are implicated in healthy aging, reducing the virulence of chronic disease, improving cognition and mental health, and ultimately they work to maintain and improve general health and well-being. So my tips for trying to get more antioxidants into your diet would be to eat more organic and local produce as much as you can afford, and basing your diet around whole foods in forms of fresh fruit and fresh vegetables and good quality protein, minimising and ideally eliminating processed foods which are void of any antioxidant nutrition, and to keep a healthy mind by staying hydrated and maintaining a good balance between work and home. Looking after your gut. A healthy gut is a healthy body, including key nutrients into your diet that can help support high antioxidant activity, such as turmeric. Vitamin C, and that helps to improve immune cell function and to reduce tiredness and fatigue, as it acts as a cofactor for iron absorption and supports collagen formation. Vitamin D, this one helps to enhance innate immunity and inhibits the development of autoimmunity. Zinc. Zinc supports enzymic activity in the body and regulates immune cells. And last but not least, raw cacao. Yes, people, chocolate. See, you know life is amazing and special when you've been told you have to eat chocolate. Raw cacao has the highest amount of antioxidants of any food on the planet. There, now go and get yourself in the know about raw cacao, because there is no going back once you've discovered this amazing superfood. Okay?
So today I am talking about hormones. Hormones are chemical messages that are released from the endocrine system glands and organs into the bloodstream and perform hundreds of actions throughout the body, such as regulating our metabolism, our reproductive system, our sleep and wake cycle, our growth and development, our body temperature, along with many, many other things. And there's many things that can contribute to promoting a balanced hormonal system, such as eating a good, clean diet. Equally, there are things that can really inhibit the balance and really affect it, such as external factors such as pollution, toxicity through the diet, so processed foods, hydrogenated fats, alcohol, cigarettes. A lot of medications can influence the hormones, chemicals through foods that have been sprayed heavily, products that we put on our skin and that are absorbed, deodorants. Many, many things can influence our hormones and have an effect on our fertility, our mood, our periods, our libido, our energy levels, and our mood. So there are many things that we can do to help really boost and balance our hormones so that we can feel more alive, energized, and great. So things such as good clean diet, plenty of fruit, plenty of vegetables, ideally organic, so reducing the likelihood that it's been sprayed with chemicals, avoid
avoiding genetically modified foods, and especially over-processed foods like dairy. Meat quite often contains a lot of hormonal additives into it also. Increase the omega-3 rich oils into your diet, which will help promote balancing the hormones, balance the blood sugars, as well as reduce the inflammation. Because when there's inflammation in the body, it has a knock-on effect on the hormonal system and the immune system as a whole. So plenty of good fats and adaptogenic herbs can be really beneficial, such as ashwagandha, medicinal mushrooms, and holy basil.
Hi, my name's Harina, and today I'm going to give you some tips on how to look after your liver. So our liver is one of our best friends, and most of the time we take it for granted. It performs hundreds of critical tasks in our body, including processing fats and protecting the pancreas, glucose and glycogen storage, vitamin and mineral storage, protecting us from toxins, screening and filtering the blood, and boosting the immune system. So we don't want to overload the liver with bad fats, as this affects the amount of oxygen in the blood. So tip number 1 is try and get your fat from good fats. So these can be things like avocado, nuts, seeds, and healthy plant-based oils such as coconut oil. Coconut oil is the only fat that doesn't get rancid under heat, so it's definitely the best fat for cooking with. The liver stores glucose in the form of glycogen, and then it regulates the blood sugar and releasing when it needs to. So not all sugars are bad, as you may believe. So tip number 2 is to provide the liver with natural sugars from whole food sources, such as organic fruit, coconut water, raw honey, coconut sugar, and starchy vegetables such as squash and sweet potato. That's tip number 2. The liver is also able to store vitamins and minerals, but this ability can be depleted if it's overcrowded with toxins. So we're surrounded by toxins in our everyday life. So tip number 3 is how to cut down on some of these toxins by using natural organic cleaning products if we can. Being very careful what we put on our skin and our hair, so using natural products as well there if we can, and also eating as much organic produce as we can, so homegrown or organic fruits and vegetables. If this isn't possible, then wash your fruit and veg using a solution of bicarb in water, which is good at getting rid of pesticides. So the final thing I want to talk about is hydration. So the liver works very hard overnight to cleanse our systems, and we then need to get hydrated the first thing in the morning so that it can get rid of the waste that it's worked very hard to cleanse. If we don't do this, then the liver will have to reabsorb those toxins, and that's obviously not good. So tip number 4 is to drink a pint of lemon or lime water the first thing that you get when you get up in the morning, because this jump starts the liver and keeps it detoxifying. So I hope these tips were helpful. So over to you. Bye.
Hi, I'm Laure. Did you know that the human being consumes 1 to 2.7 kilos of food a day? That's 365 kilos of food per year per person. And every single bit of it makes its way through the digestive system. The digestive system is one of the most diverse and complicated systems in the human body. It involves 10 organs and covers 9 meters of our body. Its task is to break down the raw material of your food into nutrients that can be absorbed and used for fuel in your body, like energy, growth, and cell repair, and keep you alive. It has 3 main components: the digestive tract, the tube that runs from the mouth all the way to the anus, and it has a surface area of 30 to 40 square meters. The accessory organs, pancreas, liver, and gallbladder, produce juices to further break down foods, Body's enzymes, hormones, blood, nerves, and bacteria all play an essential role in the efficiency of the process. The digestive process starts when you actually look and smell food, triggering saliva to be pumped out into your mouth. And as soon as you take a mouthful and chew the food, saliva starts breaking down starches, making a bolus, which will take its way down to the stomach via muscle movement in the esophagus. The bolus is then smashed and turned into chyme after 3 hours in the stomach, where acids and enzymes start breaking down proteins. When it enters the small intestine, then bile is sent by the gallbladder via the liver to break down fats. The pancreatic and intestinal juices, full of enzymes, also work at further breaking down fats, carbs, and proteins into glycerols, fatty acids, and amino acids, and these nutrients are then transferred into the bloodstream to feed the body's organs and tissues. Waste, fibers, toxins, and dead cells are then shifted into the large intestine, the colon, and dried out from its fluid to become a soft stool, which is shifted into the rectum to be expelled via the anus. This phenomenal process takes in total 30 to 40 hours. So now, be mindful of what you put in your mouth and ask yourself, will this food that I'm about to eat serve my digestive system, therefore my body and my health?